for Burnies! What up guys, happy Thursday. Welcome back to CarSeg headquarters. Well, my O-ring for the fuel pump housing cover doodad did not come in. Should have came in yesterday, but it didn't, so I don't know. I guess I'll do that tomorrow. But while I'm here, I'm still messing with this P code. What I did so far was I tested the voltage coming out of the connector from the ECU. I mean, I'm getting voltage to both of them. I can't check the ground because it's ground switched through the ECU, so it's not... I mean, if it was running, I'd probably be able to check the ground and make sure see if it's working. But again, it's a pulsed signal, so it would be hard to read with a multimeter. I really need an oscilloscope. Kevin's got an oscilloscope. I'm thinking maybe he'll let me borrow it. Cross his fingers. Also, I went ahead and picked up a scanner. This is the Harbor Freight Special, but we had one at CMS and it worked all right. It wasn't super. It didn't have all the features. You couldn't do everything in the world. You couldn't do German cars with it. This will at least let me read and delete the codes a lot easier than doing a pedal dance. Because I've been unplugging a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to get a lot of codes right now. Also, I switched the two oil control valves for the VTC, driver side to passenger side, bank 1 to bank 2. I want to see if anything changes, see if the code swaps. I mean, the valves look good. The screens, the oil screens in the valves look good. The coil seems okay. It's getting about 8.3, 8.4 ohms resistance. I think the coil's okay. It also actuates. The solenoid actuates when I put 12 volts to it. I think it's okay, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe those tests are incorrect. I went ahead and swapped them. We'll see what happens. I'm going to hook up my scanner real quick. It's not only for this car, but also for any other cars that might have codes that don't have a way to manually check the codes with like a pedal dance or whatever. So, this wasn't very expensive at Harbor Freight. It's the deluxe model, not the Pro and not the basic. It's right in the middle. Kind of pretty much everything in my life. Go for the middle one, you're usually okay. I'm going to go hook it up and see what happens. Come on, vehicle, respond. You wouldn't believe this, but the OBDII port is loose. I call this the loose 350Z. Like, someone pulled it out and it was dangling, so I popped it back in its little home, and you can't just push it in like a normal one. You push it in, it knocks it out of its house, its little housing. The loose 350Z. That's its name now. Why is this taking so long? So I got 6 codes, it looks like. Let's go to pending codes. Manufacturer specific codes. Okay. What is this thing? Nissan. ABS TCS communication line. Yep, because I just unplugged that. They could do some mad skids. Number 2 is intake valve timing control solenoid valve, P1111. That must be bank 1. Intake valve timing control solenoid valve. Oh, those aren't the same codes for the what I've been dealing with, the P0021. Those are because I unplugged them while the ignition was on. So that's it. If there is an electrical issue with those solenoids, those valves, that's probably the code I'd be getting. Please refer to vehicle service manual U1001. Okay. Intake air temp sensor. That's because I unplugged the mass airflow sensor. Fuel temperature sensor circuit high. That's from the fuel tank. I unplugged the fuel tank when the ignition was on. Camshaft precision timing over advanced system bank 2. So there's my 0021 code and ABS. Oh, that's it. I'll go ahead and clear these codes and then drive it around and see which ones come back. Erase codes. Are you sure? Yes. DTCs and freeze data will be lost. Do you wish to continue? Yes. Live data. Now this is interesting. This is what I want to see. I want to see if this scanner will monitor the cam advance or not. I don't think it will, but it'd be kind of cool if it does. Complete data set. Alright, so got 0 DTCs, fuel system, there's the load. All these should be a 0 because the car's off or close to it. That should be Fahrenheit. Whoa. Oh, there's so many. Oh, cool. It's got a graph. Oh, our other one didn't have that. RPM. Some of this stuff I don't even know what it is. Spark advance. Intake air temp. Mass airflow. Throttle position. Shirt fart B1S. I don't know. I don't see it, but we'll see. I'll turn it on and watch this thing dance. At 0.4% throttle. Now it's 0. Oh. I don't know what this is. Whoa. O2B1S1. So that's probably oxygen sensor, bank 1 sensor 1. Okay, that's what that is. I don't see the VTC, any of the VTC. I'd have to get a better scanner for that, to do that. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I was hoping this thing would do it, but nope. This is engine coolant temp right here. I don't know what these are. Short feet, long feet. Vehicle speed sensor. I just looked it up. That's the short-term fuel trim percentage, and then long-term fuel trim percentage. Crappy side effect of unplugging your whole ABS connector is you no longer have a speedometer. Your vehicle speed doesn't work. I wonder if I can like just deep pin that connector or the ones I don't want. I don't know. Plug it back in, but only have certain ones that I think are necessary. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. I also, before I unplugged it, I also need to make sure that it's going to do what I want to do. I need to do a Burnie or something. I need to do a skid or a Burnie. Listen to that burble. Any Z owners with muffler deletes have that? I wonder if it's because my VTC isn't working right. The air fuel is wrong. It sounds cool though. These motors sound so good, man. Some kind of parking. It's dirt. Both my tires are spinning. I wonder if this thing's got an LSD in it. on yet. Maybe I need to do a couple more key cycles. Loose Z. Alright, I keep driving this thing trying to get the check engine light to come back on. It's not happening. There might be a certain amount of heat cycles, so when it cools to, like, you know, ambient temperature and then it gets back warm again. Does that a few times, it might kick it on. Maybe I'll bring this thing home tonight. It's hard driving this thing with that fuel smell though. Actually, if I put that cover back on, it might be a little better. I should probably do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and take this steering wheel cover off because gross. I'm going to start cutting the stitching. Ah, it's weird. I like how they put these little recesses in the foam and the rubber where the seam of the leather goes. That's a good idea. Good idea, Nissan. That's a little better. It's weird looking for sure. Still feels a little weird, but I think it's better. Until I get a new steering wheel. I just closed up shop, got in the car to back out to go home with it, and engine light came on. It says I have 3 codes. Vehicle speed sensor, okay. ABS TCS communication, and U1001. Oh, P0021. Bank 2 still. So it's not the solenoid. It's got to be the actuator. What's U1001? Let's look that up. Also, that little 12 volt outlet doesn't work. It's not charging my phone. This car is a piece of sugar. U1001 is a CAN communication line, CAN. Quick little Google search. Looks like there may be a grounding issue for that on the ECU side. This thing has an aftermarket ground wire. I can also check the ECU and make sure it's grounded properly. This freaking car. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to pick up a t-shirt and some stickers on my big cartel. Thanks for the support, guys. Have a good one. Oh, and thanks for the suggestions and comments below. I'm trying to figure these problems out. I really appreciate it. You guys are pretty smart. I mean, you know, I don't know everything, so it's always good to get, you know, some feedback. So keep it up. I really enjoy it. Thank you.